speed, 1 heat to go. His position looks really good there. He's stacked up wrist above the elbow, above the shoulder, and all of that.
Lap 2. All right, last lap.
Before you need to, so you can save yourself for that second set of last set of 13, and then you got to manage those big kettlebells. 203 pounds in each hand, and they're just awkward. So you have to make sure you manage those, not for any kind of injury, but then also protect that back.
Noah Olson is on his second round of handstand push-ups. This is his round of 8. 52 reps.
Okay, 10 pull downs.
Keep your eye on the top of your screen. The leader's name in the heat will be highlighted in a blue box. The number in the white box next to that man's name will indicate how many reps he has completed. All men who have their names in the red box, the number will indicate how many repetitions they are behind the leader. Olson right now through 18 of the 67 total repetitions in this event, and now it's 8 kettlebell deadlifts. Scott Hanchett, who currently sits in 4th place in this heat, kicks off the wall.
We're going to see a lot of different cat styles of getting themselves up into that lock position. If you watch Scott Hanchett here, goes all the way down. Big kip. That's called a kipping handstand push-up. So he's using the mass of his legs to launch himself up into the air, to throw his body up as high as he can to save those shoulders.
Hanchett back to the kettlebells. 203 pounds in each hand. After deadlift them now 8 times. Noah Olson continues to lead this heat. The time to beat belongs to Logan Collins, who is the only man to finish this event in 2017. He did it in 5 minutes, 48.06 seconds this year.
Look at Noah Olson, very strong and fast on those handstand push-ups. What I like is that he goes down to the bottom, and that's a resting position. If you rest up here, you're using energy. So the fact that he's sitting on his head, that's good. You saw how low he brought his legs way into the front and out to the side. So he got as much range of motion with those big, heavy legs as he could.
Let's send it down to Mike Rushino with the younger Smith, Alex.
Bill, we're talking about different kip styles. Look at Alex Smith right here. First of all, why is he doing that, and why do you think this is a more effective way to kip than what we're seeing from the other athletes?
Well, in this particular event, that is a little bit slower, but we don't have a high number of reps. So that hiking position is utilizing the weight of his legs much more than just a general kip. So he's maximizing the weight, which is using as much force as possible to get his body up over those parallel handstands.
Alex Smith continues the battle. Scott Hanchett for 2nd place in the heat. Noah Olson still out front. And Olson is returning to the kettlebell for the final time. 13 kettlebell deadlifts before he can take off on that 59-foot lunge down the floor here at the Alliant Energy Center.
And you can see just how close Noah's feet are. That's to deal with the awkwardness of those kettlebells. It's not your classic deadlift where you get to really utilize that posterior chain, the bars in front of your shins. You have to kind of squeeze yourself in between those kettlebells. One, so don't smash your feet, but 2, it's going to be a different deadlift. It's going to be more of a leg rather than a classic deadlift.
And Noah Olson, the sleeves around his shins are usually around his knees. That's another thing that can protect him.
It's abrasion protection at this point.
5 more reps for Noah Olson, and then he will get to take off on the 59-foot overhead walk lunge. And he will trade the approximately 203-pound kettlebell for 253-pound kettlebell. So Olson is done. And he will reach out his hands and get set for the final part of this event. Noah Olson again coming in at 15th place overall. Tied in points with Scott Hanchett with 278, and he trails Ben Smith for 13 by 8 points. So Noah Olson looking to gain some ground here on the overall leaderboard as he is off down the floor.
And Sean, he did very well in this event last year, coming in at 4th place overall. Let's set a rep, and he is well going to smash that here.
Olson will get credit for a rep every line he crosses 67 total. your screen is also on the walking lunge, and now Alex Smith in the pink shorts. Every repetition counts. Remember, every line they cross will count for the way back.
I'm getting a little worried about Scott's arms. You see how he's spreading very wide. That gets nasty.
Pansy just hangs it up for all he's worth to get as many repetitions as possible, but only one man in that heat finishes the event, and it is Noah Olson. He's looking to move up into the top 10 of the overall standings, heading into the weekend in the final 2 days of competition.
Now, Noah Olson needed this event. 2 bad events, but great here. And we start off with those handstand push-ups. And man, look at the speed and the explosiveness of those legs for every single one of those reps of those handstand push-ups. I didn't see one misrep, and he came down every time he needed to. Ben Smith was having a little bit of trouble, moving a little bit slower. But basically, this was all Noah Olson. Look at the distance between him and the rest of the field. On arms locked out, hands together. Beautiful run downfield with those lunges. I'll tell you what, he needed this. 2 bad events so far, and he needed to go here.
Production by name is Noah Olson, finishing Fibonacci here on Friday night, coming to you across the east. How does your body feel doing on Friday night compared to Saturday and Sunday after last year?
Much better. My body and my morale are higher. Last year, this was right after my roof climb slip up down there, so then I was in the right place. Now it's been trying to be pushed in the wrong places, but keeping it in the right one, so doing well.
How much work did you put on these 2 movements, the double and handstand push-ups, and did you get a chance to work with it incredible over the last 12 months?
I did, yeah. My coach mentioned that on runs training things like an Alfred Georgia. I moved up there, and we did a ton of workouts. I had different pieces of both of those, so definitely more prepared than last year.
And how did it feel doing that final lunge with the crowd building, giving you a standing ovation as you're the only second person through 3 heats to finish Fibonacci?
Today has been amazing, and I know athletes say it, but seriously, you guys are amazing. It makes such a big difference to all of us. I don't know if you guys know the story on the last workout. I was a little frustrated down in the dumps, and as I was walking back to the athlete area, I just was greeted by fans and took pictures and met people, and it just filled me up. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Noah. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Noah Olson takes the third of 4 heats. 5 minutes, 22.39 seconds, the only man in heat number 3 to finish the event. The final heat of the event is coming up a little bit later. We're going to hand things off to the women as day 2 of competition rolls on here at the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games.
the upper. Deficit handstand push-up, 8 inches for our ladies here, and double kettlebell deadlifts, and each kettlebell is 124 pounds. After they finish 5 and 13, we've got 89 feet across the floor of double overhead kettlebell walking lunges. We've got 6 minutes to get the workout.
A year ago was 3-5-8 on the handstand push-ups only, and it's still a weird sequence. For more on this sequence, we go to Mike Arsenault.
Thank you, Brandon. Before we get back to the fitness and core video lesson, the Fibonacci sequence is a series of numbers where each number is the sum of the two previous numbers. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, which is what the athletes will do on this event here in 2018. Of course, an increase from last year, the final event of the 2017 Reebok CrossFit Games.
Thanks, Mike. As we have our first 8, that is part of the Fibonacci sequence, 8. That will be here in heat number 1. And if you want to be good at this event, you want to be strong, you want to be a pretty good gymnast, that's a pretty good description for Danny Horan at lane number 3.
Danny Horan took a letter from the speed meeting during that. Let's hope that she's got some strength left in her shoulders to do those handstand push-ups.
And we do have someone representing the CrossFit moms here in heat number 1. That will be mother of 1, Bristol Mayfield.
With a gymnastics background and a really strong member, Bristol Mayfield should do well here. It's a double-edged sword there, Brandon. You can spend time resting on your head, but then you're not allowing the blood flow to kind of move around where it should be. So my recommendation in that situation would be to kick off the wall, try to keep your refresh time down, and get it right back upside down. Staying upside down, over time, it's just going to wear on you.
Top 3 all on the screen. The leader, Bill Somerson, helmet in all white on the right side of the box. On that left box with 2 athletes. Right side of that in blue top and dark blue pants, Courtney Haley from the 3rd, Brenda Castro on the 2nd.
We can see Brenda Castro on the far left-hand side of the screen when she kicks upside down. She has the most powerful kick of the 3. You can see her bring those knees down and snap the hips open, drive it all the way to the top, just using the shoulders at the very top of the lockout.
Castro will find herself 2 reps on 3 behind the leader, which continues to be Willis Solomon-Hellman. Still not to the 3-minute mark, which will be halfway in this 6-minute time back event. She is putting a ton of effort into a big set. She gets through 8 of the 15 of the 13, needed to complete these demos. She's looking to fire up in a big way.
Love the intensity on her face. She is getting after it with those kettlebells.
for second, third, and fourth. Kristen Mayfield is in fifth, but a decent amount behind these three. And Danny Horan might take advantage of the drop kettlebells by the two rookies in this race. And the five-time team's qualifier is one step away. She's fighting the urge to set those kettlebells down. She came out because she pressed the red line, and she's on the platform for a second-place finish in the heat. Third place will belong to Australia's Courtney Haley. And the 23-year-old data analyst by day, CrossFit Games athlete by weekend here. This time will be our third-place finisher, Brenda Castro, the Latin American regional champion, will be in fourth. Rolling up in David in the center lane, trying to get to that line, but she will be unable to do so within that 6-minute time gap. So we'll have 4 of the 8 athletes in heat number 1 be able to meet the 6-minute mark, led by Parnell in 4:47.
Well, Brandon, early on, it was Camilla Solomon Elder. Maybe those handstands looked really easy, up and down without too much of an issue. Her kick was super strong. Brandon Castro made a move, but you can find her struggling to lock out some of those handstand push-ups. The fatigue factor setting. You can see her shaking those arms out there. But then it was helping. Grabbing those kettlebells on the last of the deadlift and just ripping them off before the intensity was there. She started to launch her finger almost all the way across the floor before setting her down to take a break. Her position was perfect and allowed her to put most of the stress there and able to take the stress off the shoulders when she crosses the line and takes the deep win.
So you want to be strong and a good gymnast, and have a background in motocross and Thai boxing. That's what it took for Camilla Solomon to lead the way here in our monthly heat of event number 7 at 4 minutes and 47 seconds. Over 50 seconds quicker than Danny Horan in second, Courtney Haley, Brenda Castro, the other two, the 6th So that is the opening of 4 for the ladies of event number 7. We have heat number 2 coming up about now. Playing number 5, Caroline Reason-Tebow.
Reason-Tebow finished this event last year in 11th place. Hopefully she can do that, match that, or come up better this year.
Now this event has 2 very contrasting elements to it with strength and gymnastics. Sometimes you got to battle one of those, and that might be the case for Paige Semenza, and have to keep an eye on.
Paige Semenza tends to struggle a little bit with her gymnastics when she's really powerful. So the record shouldn't be too much of a problem with those 124-pound kettlebells.
Chasing the time of 4 minutes, 47.08 seconds, set by Camilla Solomon have the 20 to go. How can these athletes get there?
The keys to the event, Brandon, you've got to avoid failure on the handstand push-ups. You can't allow yourself to get to the failure point because the refresh time is too long. And then once you get to the overhead walking lunges, it's only 89 feet, you just need to suck it up and fight the fatigue.
As always, leaders need to be highlighted in blue. The number showing how many reps they've completed. They're working towards the measured number of 60 in this event. Everybody else will be highlighted in red. The minus number showing how many reps they are behind. The number only highlighted in blue. No surprise, Caroline Reason-Tebow, the top finisher out of anybody here in this heat from 1 year ago in this event.
She's got a really powerful kick coming out of the bottom. Rest her head on the ground for just a second, and then snaps those hip over and flies at the wall.
124 pounds in each hand. Caroline Reason-Tebow cruising through these deadlifts. 26 is the number we're working towards in round number 2. Reason-Tebow
124-pound kettlebells in each hand. They are unruly. They're the size of basketballs. They've got a big handle. There's no knurling. And as you deadlift off the ground, they bang into your leg. You're forced to take a narrow stance. It completely changes the deadlift itself.
Leaders work through into round number 3. Checking with my ourselves.
A number of athletes believe this version of Fibonacci will be quote-unquote easier, or let's say less difficult than last year, because the deficit is less. So yes, there's more reps, but they found it more difficult to deal with the deficit from last year. So they think this will be a little bit easier. Yes, they'll have to do more reps, but it's not as much of a range of motion booster that they had in 2017.
No more deficit concerns for Caroline Reese-Tebow. She's on to the kettlebell deadlifts for her final 13 reps. Working towards rep number 52, which is her 8 reps, now 7 reps away for the leader. She is sucking up a 40 lead over Jennifer Smith in second. It's Gilbert in third. It has been smooth sailing since the beginning for Reese-Tebow.
She's managed this event perfectly. The handstand push-up through all this, just her execution and her ability to hop on the back of that, the perfect positions. And then the deadlift, super smooth, back back, shoulders straight down, feet close together. That's as easy as it right there because everything is
13 rep lead over Jennifer Smith. On the right side of that box, on the left side of the screen. And Gilbert will continue to sit in the third position. Caroline Reese-Tebow has already started her trek. 89 feet down the floor here at the Coliseum. In 4:47.08 seconds, the time to beat set by Camilla Solomonson Helming in our opening heat. Reese-Tebow's got to be careful with her right foot. As she was starting to inch towards the out of bounds line, basically. You have to stay within the lane. Still not setting them down.
She looks really strong, but she's smart. She's going to settle down. She's got a massive lead.
Through 60 of 89 feet is the leader, Caroline Reese-Tebow. It's a 50-foot advantage over Jennifer Smith, who's in lane number 3. You can see her far in the background as Reese-Tebow is closing in on what should be the new top time to beat. She's got about 25 seconds to go, another 10 feet. Oh, she's going to get another rep for that shuffle of the feet. Gonna have to hurry up. She's got 12 seconds remaining. Oh, another shuffle. It's going to count. And new time to beat. Caroline Reese-Tebow. 4 minutes, 44.77 seconds. Jennifer Smith trying to hold off Rebecca Boyd on the near side of the screen in all black. Not far behind them on the top of the screen is it Gilbert and Mackenzie Riley in the purple shorts. Boyd has taken advantage of everybody else setting down the kettlebells. And how about this comeback in the air from this 10 time? Rebecca Boyd. One lunge, she's going to have to have another one as her heel is still on the line, but second place in heat number 2, Rebecca Boyd. Gilbert in lane 1, she'll set him down. That gives the edge for third to this race between Smith and Riley. Smith in the blue shorts, Riley in the purple shorts. Smith unable to control them, and that'll give Riley the third position. 5 seconds to go for Jennifer Smith to possibly get across the line. She's got one lunge remaining. She'll get the lunge. Will she get on the platform? No, she'll beat the time cap on that. It'll be a cap designation, but all the work aside from getting to the platform. Well, 2 heats remaining. The new woman being chased down by our top 20 in the point standings will be Caroline Reese-Tebow. 4 minutes, 44.77 seconds.
Brandon, early on, one of the athletes that we took a look at was Pia Semenza, and we knew that she was going to struggle a little bit on those handstand push-up gymnastics. not quite her wheelhouse to win. Her deadlift was, and that was Parnell making the deadlift look so easy. Everything was fast. Her transitions were really quick, on and off the wall. Didn't waste any time. Kicked herself right upside down. Got herself into those good handstand push-up. She had a little bit of a follow towards the tail end of the you can see her struggle on those last couple steps. She barely even stepped out of bounds there, but she crosses the finish line and sets the entire lead.
Second quicker than the fire time today, so by the number someone with the helmet, that new time once again by Lisa Tebow, 4:44.77. Rebecca Wood, second place in the heat, third quickest overall, and we have 2 heats remaining. Heat number 3 coming up next.
Last year, they're doing 10 more total handstand push-ups though this year. The deficit last year was 3 inches lower, so a little bit different, but same general idea. Same feeling like fatigue on the line.
The men and women in this 30 are all trying to get into the top 10 in the overall standings. Amanda Parnell, a rookie in lane number 7, has never done this event before, but she has momentum right now.
There's strength needed in this event. She has that. She just came off a first place win in the speed pool and jerk ladder. Her other best finish so far in the games was on day 1, and she took third on the CFT. Marlu Alvarez, she was here last year. In comparison, she did not complete this event last year. She's looking for a little redemption and wants to do it. We just saw in the previous heat Mackenzie Rowley did.
5 steps in handstand pushes to kick this thing off, and one of these women need to keep it right now.
The biggest thing is don't stand and stay on the handstand push-ups. You're getting tired. No failed reps on the handstand push-ups. And then when you're finishing, when you get come down, it's like 2 athletes so far go unloading on those lunges. You don't want to fail because you have to go back and retrace your steps, so be smart there.
There are 67 total repetitions in this event. At 52, they will be able to take off down the floor on that 59-foot walking lunge with a 235 kettlebell style. Carrie Pierce is your current leader. She is 18 out of 67 total repetitions, and she's back to those 124-pound kettlebells for 8 repetitions. The top 3 in this heat on the screen, Carrie Pierce on the upper left, Sandra Michelli, who sits in second place. Actually pushing Pierce for the lead right now. She's in the white pants and the bottom right 3 pounds today. Also back with a set of 13 reps in handstand push-ups. The tight battle for first place the time to lead Caroline Lisa Tebow in heat number 2, 4 minutes 44.77 seconds.
Carrie Pierce is one of the best when it comes to handstand push-ups, not just because of her strength, but her ability with the muscular endurance. She can just handle the volume. And her range of motion, she's one of the shorter athletes, so shorter range of motion, she does have that going for her as well. I love that you're doing kettlebells for the deadlift. We saw the deadlift at CFT on Wednesday. Much different style deadlift here. We talk about unilateral strength on one side of your body over the other, and your best athletes are balanced. This is a good indication if they can stay stabilized and they have that
It's also a great, indication of their core strength because of the stimulation that acquired with those two dumbbells. They're really heavy. It's 124 pounds in each hand.
Carrie Beers is just about with her deadlifts and about ready to start the lunge. We mentioned that this is somewhat of a repeat from last year. Competition 4 at
Another returning athletes from 2017 told me in the warm-up area that their hips and posterior chain feels a lot worse at this point between Fibonacci than what they felt last year because all the pulling they've done so far in 2 days of competition. However, their shoulders feel pressure and they also have less of a deficit, so they're being able to move through the hamstring portion of this event a little bit faster than in 2017.
Thank you, Mike. And speaking of fast, Carrie Beers is hauling down the floor and way ahead of the time to beat. Last year, the time measurement was 3:31.34 seconds.
She's making huge strides. Not a little bit. That shows me how strong she is. When it's heavy, you can't make that big of a step of a stride.
Here's the one more lunge to go. She's over the red line at 67, and she is across the Carrie Beers demolishes the time to beat by more than
That was incredible.
Landing women had a great race in a row.
Okay, clock stops when you get back on the carpet.
Position to that third place spot between Sarah Stevens' daughter, Catherine Davis' daughter, and Amy Stewart's daughter. Sarah Stevens' daughter came out on top of that race, taking first place in this event, but it was Amy Stewart's daughter who ended up on the podium in third because of the points that she got. Sarah Sigmund's daughter, though, has not had the games that we expected so far this year. If history repeats itself, she could have herself her first event win of the season.
47-37.
100 points. Catherine Davis' daughter right now is sitting 46 points outside of podium position. She also has had some struggles along the way. 38